You were featured here.
I was. That was the
this.
main Mother's Day. You can sit closer to me. Yeah, and so it was kind of neat because it was kind of a funny take on, not funny, but a different take on Mother's Day. Me being a drag queen, but I have two daughters that, you know, I spawned. And so in the feature article there, or the column there, there on the photo shoot, and you know, for my daughters are 26 and will soon be 26 and 21, and there are they've always been. I got divorced when they were 5 and 1, so they don't know any different. You know, they're prime examples that, you know, hate and all that is something that is learned, is not they're created. So they love this community and everything. They've always been supportive of me, and so there's some pictures in there where they're actually taking care of me in drag and like combing my hair and stuff like that. So it's really cute. Yeah.
That's nice to have accepting, you know, family and people around you, because we live in a world that's not very accepting, right? And,
I agree.
You know, we have sort of a unique bubble here in San Francisco where there are a lot of supportive people and lots of love, little cattiness, you know, little hate doesn't hurt anybody. I don't know, I mean, how do you get up in the morning and like keep going, knowing that, you know, you have your kids and your column and your job?
Well, it's kind of like David kind of hit upon that a lot. It's like, you know, I was in the corporate world. I moved here in the corporate world. I worked in real estate management as a regional manager for 5 states when I moved here, and helped my oldest daughter get through college. And once that was done, it was like, I really don't have to be that responsible parent now that, you know, my youngest daughter was
But baby, you're only like 28. When did you have those children?
My youngest daughter was in the military, or in reserves, so her school is paid for. And I thought, you know, I really want to do something that makes me happy for a change. Because no matter what you say when you're out there, when you do have children, you make all your decisions usually based on.
So your like top 3 choices were like golfing, fishing,
right? All those real masculine, super masculine. And so I finally decided to do something I want, and I fell into drag by accident. I attended St. Aidan's Episcopal Church here in the city, and they do an annual musical, and they needed a drag character, and I kind of like, oh, I'll do it. And literally, I was born in the church, and it just kind of, you know, yeah. And it just kind of took off from there, and so I literally had to quit my job if I really wanted to do this the way I'm doing it now. And, but I could not, you know, I lived gig to gig, you know, paying the rent and all that kind of stuff, but I could not be happier.
But you do a lot in the city, so you met performing and through shows. You have a podcast yourself. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I do a show called It's Everything every Tuesday night. It's filmed live out of the coffee studio, in connection with Swirl with Michelle Meow. And I've been doing it now. We just hit our 6th month. So we've actually kind of started everything at the same time. And so I just hit my 6th month, and so it's going well. Actually, Left is one of our sponsors. They sponsor my interview segment. And Devotion is a sponsor. They sponsor my nightlife segment. So
we're gonna take over.
Yeah, right. So it'll be Devotion and Left.
We'll just follow her around.
Yeah, we just drunk all the time.
But it's kind of similar to Left in that the content of the show is exactly the word. It's everything, and I try and cover. You know, my tagline is, you know, we promise to bring you everything, every time for everybody. So it is LGBT focused, but there's stuff there. I have people who watch the show who, you know, couldn't be less gay, and but they enjoy it because the information, the news. You know, it's kind of a news magazine type of talk magazine show.
And it's fun. I always say at the Box Factory, I love every type of artist and all the people who come here, but some of my favorite people are the drag queens. It's so sparkly and so fun. But you're also a writer, and so you contributed to the magazine.
Well, and I write for Edge Media Network,
That's
which
right.
is the largest LGBTQ news and entertainment network in the world. We do about 1.25 million hits a month. And they actually got me on my start. I used to work for Gay.com as a columnist, and then when they kind of merged with Planet Out or something like that, they didn't really know where to put me, and so I got approached by Edge, and I've been writing for almost 5 years, and it's just given me the opportunity to, you know, I've interviewed Lady Gaga,
Macy Gray.
Don was out there talking about Dionne Warwick. I interviewed her. So I've done the full spectrum. The next issue we have Adora Delano, who is a runner-up on RuPaul's Drag Race, and she's a musician and has a new album out. And it was just delightful to speak with her about her music and to hear her, so we had a good time. So definitely listen. It's actually up on livewithlove.com right now, so you can actually read it before the print comes out.
Awesome. And so where can we find some of your things online?
Well, if you go on my website, bebesweetbriar.com, everything I do is on there. Everything is, so you can stream live on there, my show. There's an everything tag, and you can watch it live. It does archive there as well, but you can watch it live from 7 to 8 every Tuesday.
And we're also singer-songwriters together, but not together, but we met through our other friend, Eli Mars,
right.
Which was really cute. And you were performing at Mahogany Mondays in the Castro at the Midnight Sun.
I collaborated with him on one of his pieces.
So fun.
My first rap song. It was like you always have that little, who's gonna do the hook? Who's gonna do the hook? It's like, Amaya. But yeah, I've released 6 singles, actually, and singles over the last few years, and I'm trying to find a different niche. I'm getting too old. I'm old, and I can't be doing all that little wild, party stuff anymore. So, I've taken, we have another guest coming out there, who I love, and kind of taking some pages out of his book and trying to figure a different area to go into. But I grew up in musical theater. I've been performing since I was 5. So my first paycheck, I was 6 years old, I think.
Nice.
Of course, my parents cashed it, but I did, yeah. But I've been paying taxes since I was so it's been kind of a long run, but it's fun. I enjoy it.
And you were also part of Tranny Shack, which I had no idea.
You know what's so funny about that, because I'm not what you think about when you think of Tranny Shack girls, and but heck, what I do is really a result of me studying my craft and the people in this area who I think had something. I host a lot in town. I do a lot of hosting of parties, and I learned everything I know about hosting from Juanita Moore. If anybody knows Juanita Moore in the city, she is the best party thrower as far as hosting.
She's amazing.
The business side of what I do, collecting them coins, comes from Heclina. One of the best, Heclina's getting ready to open her own club here.
I know, I'm so excited.
And one of the best people to know how to combine the art and the business aspect to it on. And so I'm watching and studying her to do that. My community work that I do, as far as charity, I've learned from Sister Rona. So those 3 people have pretty much been a part of who I am.
I have to say, the one thing about San Francisco is there are mentors and people who teach you how to be part of the community and, doing fundraisers and
Donna Sachet,
and
she taught me how to do class.
Right, you have very classy glamour drag. Why do you go this route?
Well, I always wanted to, I'll be really, really honest with you, being that you are biological female. I wanted to respect that. I wanted to respect, not that drag disrespect, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but I really wanted to pay homage to women out there who, to me are the backbone of every country. And I wanted to do that in a respectful way. I wanted to make sure that I presented myself. If I was going to be this character, I wanted to embody it in a very respectful way. That's my choice. And so like running out of the house and having a run in my stocking. Oh, honey, that ain't gonna work. So I just wanted to do that. And always carry an extra pair of dialogue, girl. You know what I'm talking about. And so that was what I wanted to do.
Real women do not. I'd be like,
jeans, yeah.
Actually, you guys do better than we do. I have to say, I'm like, it's like to perfection.
We try. And then I model.
I shadow that perfect.
And then I model a lot too, so I've done a lot of modeling work and stuff. And being a size 6 and 6 feet is really ideal for that.
I love you.
I love you. I have a couple